longest time I have left!
This is getting out of hand.
I know. If we don't act now, the whole thing will break down.
It's not really that what he's saying and doing is unreasonable.
Traitor! Desertion is answered by death!
It's that.
You welcome us, wouldn't you?
Hey. Oh, hey.
Nice to meet you.
Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown. I'm back with another episode of Attack on Titan. This is episode 11 called Idol. Now last episode I had to take a couple weeks break. I am still sick, but I have no more episodes of Attack on Titan to edit, so I needed to edit another episode. I thought when I did last episode that I was getting better, and that I was at the end of whatever I had, but I was wrong. My only thoughts were that maybe I was near the end of it, but I had to go out and mow the lawn. It's Florida, it's hot. I have allergies and asthma. The first part I did during the day, and I just tried to do the outside edges, staying as close to shaded areas as I could, but it's still freaking hot as hell. And it made me feel really shitty. I had snot coming out of everything. It was very, very miserable. And then at the end of the day, I did the rest of the lawn when it was much cooler. It takes quite a while to get late enough in the day to cool off. Either way, I felt so much worse the next day, and it's just taking a while to go away. That's why I had to take a couple weeks. I had no more episodes. I need to record more episodes so that I can even edit them. Gen V and Chaos, those were both pre-recorded, so I had them on and I could kind of edit them at my own pace. I can't edit a video if I don't have it recorded, so. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this recorded so I at least have something for Attack on Titan that I can edit. And I'm sorry for doing this while I'm sick, but I think I have a lung infection and these take an incredibly long time for them to go away for me. So I'm just going to do the best I can. If I have to take another break, I'll take another break, but I will try to let you know before I do. For right now, we're just going to stick with this 2-week break and hope that that will be sufficient for me to get enough through this to feel better, be able to keep up with the pace that I usually keep. In the meantime, we're starting on a new episode. We had last episode, they basically tried Mikasa, Eren, and Armin for treason, which I thought was unreasonable, at least initially, because they didn't get all the information. They gave these people gag orders that they should have been listening to and getting more complete information. Instead, we're listening to a bunch of people that had kind of been there on the sidelines, showed up at the last minute, and didn't know half of what was going on. Eventually, another commander showed up. Now, I'm not sure if one's a captain and one's a commander, or if there's some other differentiation, but one person in charge was trying to kill them for treason. The other person showed up and stopped him because he saw right away what he was doing didn't make sense. And he got him to agree to let him at least go and talk to these people, find out what they have to say, and get a better idea of what's going on. And now they have a plan. I think a good plan, but I can't say for sure. Things happen. It's a fictional show. Anything can happen. So let's go ahead and get this episode started.
Saving Mikasa and Armin, but striking fear into the hearts of his fellow soldiers.
I don't know if I can, but I will. I swear.
I don't know if I can, but I will, I swear.
We can't actually be moving forward with this as our linchpin strategy. It was just something I tossed out there.
I was thinking the same thing, except he seems like a guy who knows what he's doing, has it all under control. He's got a bird's eye view.
Think so?
I do. Either way, though, we've got a whole other problem. Titans aren't our only foe.
I'm assuming he's meaning that other people that are afraid of him are also going to be their foe. There's going to be a lot of people that don't know exactly what's going on, and even some of them that do have a better idea of what's going on, that are going to be against this whole thing.
Jackasses. Some bureaucrats pushing this through for the glory.
Let's see.
I can't go back. We'll die! We're all gonna die!
And that's the other thing, is people still freaked out from before.
You too good to sacrifice yourself for the good of humanity, soldier? Or do you prefer I cut you down right now? Do what you gotta do.
I do hate this, but this is a reality in the military. Even if you have mental health problems and you need to be seen for them, they will treat you as though you're a traitor rather than somebody who needs some fucking therapy. Somebody who should not be considered deployable. And that doesn't mean you stay that way. When you go through something really traumatic like that, it causes your brain and your body severe trauma that it reacts to. No matter what you do, you cannot control that. You can do things to try to prevent it. If you're in the military and you're going into battle, there's no preventing it. You're in the middle of all of it. And that stuff that happens with your body, with trauma, it does subside after a while. You can still have PTSD. You can still have all kinds of other shit. But the really severe, like, immediate reaction that your body has from that trauma, that takes a month or so to go away. Or not go away, but to calm down. So you're not being so hyper-vigilant at every little thing that in any way resembles what caused your trauma.
If our species doesn't pull it together soon, Titans will be merely the instruments of our demise, not the cause.
Aaron? Well, I'll be damned. Wait, what? Is he? That little punk is telling me to get back to work. At least I can assume Mikasa and Armin are all right, judging by his attitude. Still, though, why in God's name is he with the commander?
Care for a swig?
Yes, sir.
Our primary objective is to reseal the hole. Yes, you heard right. It will be done manually.
What? That's impossible. We just don't have the tech.
As for how the task will be done, that's where this fellow comes in. Allow me to introduce Cadet Aaron Yeager.
What the hell?
Don't let appearances deceive you. This young man is in fact the successful product of cutting-edge science.
Somebody tell me the commander's off his rocker. Because otherwise, I'm just too thick to get what he means.
Will you just shut up and pay attention, idiot?
Assume Titan form. Cadet Yeager will hoist said boulder on his back, schlep it to the hole, and voila!
If enough of us collected in the corner away from the breach, we could lure the Titans out of Aaron's path. And since the Titans will all be in one area, we can pick them off via cannon fire. I'm not suggesting we leave Aaron defenseless. We'll need a modest band of elites to act as his bodyguards. I have my doubts.
As do I. Uncertainty's killed too many already. But the commander's right. We must do this.
Agreed. We're working against the clock here. Titans are still lumbering into Trost. There already may be more than we can handle. The longer we wait, the worse our chances of success become.
My biggest concern is that they're not testing this out ahead of time. Like, test Aaron in Titan mode a couple times before you put all these soldiers' lives on the line.
Is he saying we finally have an advantage?
They're lying! I'm not gonna be drawn into sacrificing myself for this crap! We're just disposable tools for you people! You expect us to live and die by whatever the hell comes out of your mouth! We're being played!
This is not how I'm going out.
See, the stuff that he's saying, it can so easily
Good luck to the rest
get
of
you freaking chaptered out, get you freaking,
I'm out. Yeah, screw a bunch of this.
considered a traitor and all kinds of shit. Like,
I'll execute you on the spot!
To hell with you! My family gets the time I have left!
This is getting out of hand.
I know. If we don't act now, the whole
And
thing will break down.
it's not really that what he's saying and doing is unreasonable.
Traitor! Desertion is answered by death!
It's that.
Anyone wishing to leave will, by my personal order, not be charged with treason. Those who have seen a Titan firsthand will not be expected to revisit such horror again. You may leave with my blessing. Anyone with family or loved ones may also leave. The Crown will continue to recognize your service.
I couldn't live with myself. Daddy's coming, sweetheart.
Think back 4 years ago, operation to retake Wall Maria.
And with mental health issues, even if they've checked you to verify that you're deployable and that you're mentally sound and all, right after something happens, it's like the most likely time for them to deny that there's anything wrong, to say that what you're saying is a problem, but it's not that much of a problem or whatever.
We labeled it reconnaissance.
And going through the process of verifying that you have any kind of mental health issues is time consuming. It takes a while. It's not something that you just find out right away, right after something like this.
It was little more than exercise in population control.
Sometimes it's obvious, but a lot of times it's not obvious.
Yet we turned a blind eye. We supported the state-sponsored myth because the deaths of our fellow human beings allowed us to survive. Walmaria sustained themselves on the wholesale slaughter of the refugees who'd flown to us for help. The lands comprising Walsena wouldn't support half the people now living. If we're wiped off the face of the earth, the culprits will not have been the Titans, let me assure you. No, no. We'll have done it to ourselves. If we must die, let us die here!
And the main reason I know this stuff about PTSD and trauma and all of that is not because I know a lot of people that are like that, or even that I've been in a war. I was in the military, but I have never been in a war or a battle. But I do have PTSD and I do have traumatic brain injury. And I've learned a lot about those things because of my brain injury. I know that a lot of what showed up later on down the road did not show up initially. A lot of the things that I go through now, that I have gotten mental health therapy for now, that I have gotten disability for now, did not show up initially.
Your jobs are the worst. Our success or failure will depend on you.
Are you certain about this? Pinning our hopes on Jaeger, I mean.
Rico, don't.
I'm sorry.
The kid's abilities are an unknown quantity. We don't have the first idea of what he will or won't do. If he can't lift the rock, or worse, he goes rogue, a lot of lives will have been lost for nothing.
You make a good point. Perhaps we ought to just give ourselves up to the Titans willingly. Personally, the idea makes me sick. I'm a sore loser. You'd think I'd be used to it. I've been stuck on the losing side since day one. I'm a stubborn old fool, though. Just once I'd like to know what victory feels like. Maybe an unknown quantity, I'll give you that. But I'll take it over the known quantity of our options.
Right. Yeah. And I sort of like the way he's reacting, but I do think a more measured approach of test him out first. See how things are with him in Titan form and getting him back out of Titan form.
Win this one for humanity.
Sir! You know, evaluate that stuff before you exercise a big plan like this.
I'm assigning you squad leader.
I'm not competent
Especially
enough.
when it's not on the spot. Like what they did before, that was on the spot. They had no choice. They were all going to die otherwise. So it made sense. This isn't that situation. They're not on the spot.
You appreciate alcohol, sir.
Have the ability to
know a good vintage.
At least do one test round.
Know a shoddy one as well. So there it is.
It wasn't my intention for you to be pulled into all this.
Stop apologizing. You have a gift for strategy and you know it.
I really think I should...
You're not coming with me. You're on the decoy squad.
No way. I won't take another chance.
Knock it the hell off! Get it through your head that I'm not your responsibility. You're not my mother.
Yeah, I think she needs to better explain why she is the way she is, because he's definitely taking it as, you're babying me.
I want you on the squad providing Jaeger with
You're
backup.
treating me like I'm not capable of this.
We'll need your skill.
But that's not what's going on.
The fact that the fate of mankind depends on a little brat like you doesn't make me hopeful. I'm not seeing any Titans nearby. The decoy strategy must be doing the trick.
More than a few of our comrades are going to die today trying to pull this off. Their blood's on your hands. I'm talking friends, captains, lieutenants, peons. Yes, they are soldiers, prepared to die. But remember, every one of them is a flesh and blood person.
Yeah, and if he wasn't doing this, they'd still be at risk of dying. Like, I get it, you're saying this fucking plan is putting them at risk, but anything else you had before was putting them at risk.
Our first and foremost concern today is making sure their deaths mean something. Whatever happens, you keep that lodged in your mind. Take everything that comes with deadly seriousness.
Right! This is happening. I'm going to do this!
We've got green smoke, sir. The elite squad has commenced the operation.
Now it may seem an insignificant plot of land compared to the vast tracts of former glory. As an idea, trust regained shall stand as a reclamation of pride and hope beyond measure.
Granted, in terms of proportion, it's not easy to see how he'll manage to lift it. But in terms of sheer will, he's got this.
It's interesting he's in the same form he was the first time.
Aaron?
Last time it was like he was this weird skeletal thing. Oh? Okay.
The Trost recovery operation has begun. As his comrades fall by the dozens, Aaron's rampage goes horribly awry, just as it seems the operation has ended in failure.
Oh boy. I have been thinking about whether I should be leaving in stuff from the intro and the coming episode parts. I leave them in when I have something to say or when there's something that I think might be important or whatever. But I don't know that it's really necessary or even if people like it or anything. I think for right now, I'll keep doing that, but I'll just keep observing and see if anybody has any take on the matter or whatever. If I have anything to say or I think it's important, then I'll put little bits in. Sometimes there's music or artwork that I like and I'll put a little bit of it in. Sometimes there's nothing in the beginning or ending that I care about and I don't put anything in, but a lot of times I'll put a little bit. Just something I've been thinking about. Anyway, yeah, like the whole time I had a feeling something wasn't going to go right. Like it just seemed like a really bad idea to go full-fledged into something like that. Get everybody involved. Like, yes, I think the people that are involved need to know what's going on, but to make everybody there, like, involved and not to do a test round. And that to me was, it just felt like something was not gonna go right. We saw him turn around and pound the building behind him. I don't know if he was going after Mikasa or what. It sounded on the thing for next episode like it's something where he's lost control and he's just acting instinctually or something like that. And it sounded like it's going to continue for a while. To me, some of that could have not been avoided, but you could have at least avoided everybody in the entire area seeing what's going on, being witness, being a part of it, had you done a little test round with less people involved. Give him the opportunity to transition and see what happens. But anyway, I'm having a little bit hard time keeping things connected in what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. I will see you next week. Bye. I'll see you when I see you. And remember, if you like this content, please click the thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, click subscribe. Ring that little bell and click all, and you'll get more notifications anytime new content comes out.